Elon Musk with the "this is amazing" laughing crying emoji, presumably reposting somebody else's work on Twitter without giving it credit, you know?
I, Kamala Harris, and your Democrat.
All right, AI voice right off the bat. Is that the best they could do? I, Harris? I, Kamala Harris? Is that really the... okay.
Candidate for president because Joe Biden finally exposed his senility at the debate. Thanks, Joe. I was selected because I am the ultimate diversity hire.
House GOP announces, please stop talking about Kamala Harris's race. It's like a vulnerability in the election for every minority in the country to be reminded day in and day out that the Republican Party is extremely racist. Elon Musk, hold my beer.
I'm both a woman and a person of color. So if you criticize anything I say, you're both sexist and racist.
That is true.
I may not know the first thing about running the country, but remember, that's a good thing if you're a deep state puppet. I had 4 years under the tutelage of the ultimate deep state puppet, a wonderful mentor, Joe Biden.
It really is kind of incredible that the mainstream Republican position now is incoherent Nazi-esque conspiracism. It wasn't like this under Bush, man. It wasn't like this under any previous conservative president, like, ever. Like, under Bush, it was like, yeah, in America, there are, like, you know, unpatriotic people who are in line with Al-Qaeda. And it was like the closest that you would get would be like, they're conspiring with our enemies. But the idea, like, dude, every time Joe Biden walks outside these days, there are people openly speculating that he's a clone or a crisis actor that's replaced the real Joe Biden, who isn't even the real president anyway because he's dead, and none of it matters anyway because they're all, like, you know, deep state puppets. It's crazy. Like, they're not in reality. They're so far from reality. I don't know how people like this can participate in democracy, you know? I listened to a speech Bush gave the other day. He sounded like a Rhodes Scholar compared to Trump and the current GOP. Yeah, and it's funny because back in the day, people would openly speculate about George W. Bush having, like, a learning impairment, which is, again, hysterical because George W. Bush was leagues ahead of the current Republican Party in coherence and intelligence. It's incredible.
Joe taught me rule number 1, carefully hide your total incompetence. I take insignificant things and I discuss them as if they're significant. And I believe that exploring the significance of the insignificant is in itself significant.
This is really lame. You're making like a big meme. Like, this doesn't even make her look that you're doing like a AI voice thing. I feel like you could do a lot worse than this. I mean, like, you could do her more dirty than this, you know? This doesn't...
Okay.
Talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So
this is what they have on Kamala, by the way. They have nothing. They're literally like, I'm going to make a fake video with an AI Kamala Harris voice. What do we have on her? Well, she was VP under Joe Biden, and she says stuff that I don't understand, you know? She says stuff like, we must be unburdened by that which came before. And I'm like, what the f does that even mean? That's nonsense.
So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time, and there is such great significance to the passage of time.
Another trick is...
I do like the idea of a guy who is disgusted by political candidates repeating themselves and then goes on to vote for Trump, you know?
Trying to sound black. I pretend to
please keep posting this shit, man. Please keep making it about race.
Celebrate Kwanzaa, and in my speeches, I always do my best Barack Obama impression.
Encouraging you once more to please keep posting this shit, man. Please keep at it, yeah. Kamala Harris doesn't sound even remotely like Obama. There's, like, nothing there. Obama was really self-serious. Kamala Harris is light and whimsical. There's no, like, literally, like, do you talk blackly? And Kamala Harris, by the way, doesn't really do any AAVE inflection when speaking publicly. Neither, of course, did Obama, unless he was trying to, like at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. But, you know, he's having fun.
So hear me when I say, I know Donald Trump's type.
And
Is that black? Was that what? Damn, just like Obama, she said blackly.
Okay, look, maybe my work addressing the root causes of the border crisis were catastrophic, but my knowledge of international politics is truly shocking.
The United States shares a very important relationship, which is an alliance with the Republic of North Korea. It is an alliance that is strong and enduring.
And just remember when
True. Thanks to Donald Trump's work, you know?
voting this November, it is important to see what can be unburdened by what has been. And by what has been, I mean...
This is actually boring as fuck. It really is. And this was reposted by Elon Musk. And then liked by 50 million bots. You know? Genuinely, it's really lame. It's boring. I'm surprised they haven't brought up her Jewish husband. Yeah, normally the like Pepe posting anti-Semitic conspiracy dog whistling doesn't go to the point of like identifying specific Jews other than George Soros. But I have seen people point that out about her husband. Yeah. Did they just spend 152 on a video when they could have just said the N-word? It would have been about as convincing of an argument.
Joe Biden.
That was incredibly lame, man.
You think the country went to over the past 4 years? You ain't seen nothing yet.
Gillette. I hate how yeah, you know how I'm going to make Kamala Harris sound bad? Let's remind everyone of her whimsical laugh. It is true, yeah. George W. Bush sounds like a genius compared to the current level of discourse.
I do believe there will be a rational immigration policy eventually passed. I think there's going to have to be some time. What's interesting about our country, if you study history, is that there are some isms that occasionally pop up. One is isolationism, and its evil twin protectionism, and its evil triplet nativism.
He's spitting. He's spitting. Unironically, a lot of the George W. Bush can't talk stuff was unironically like smug coastal elites making fun of him for his half fake, half real Southern accent. A lot of it really was just, haha, he sounds like a hick, you know. Thankfully, the discourse has advanced a little bit, like a little bit past that point. Yeah, but nuclear was the other half. You mean nuclear? Yeah, but like honestly, who gives a shit, man? To be fair, he was quite stupid. He was just working with a higher standard back then. Oh, sure. Like compared to compared to Al Gore or Kerry or whatever. Yeah, sure. I'm not celebrating George W. Bush's intelligence. I am comparing it to like the current day. But at the same time, we should acknowledge that a lot of the derision against him on him being stupid was just the liberal elite making fun of the Southern hick. Dude, I remember the political cartoons from like 2000 to 2008-ish, thereabouts, you know, varyingly. And a lot of it really was just look at our dumb cowboy president with his dumb cowboy hat, you know? Yeah, it was like Idiocracy tier criticism. Idiocracy today is seen as kind of like a reactionary movie, but back when it was released, people thought of it as like liberal because it's like, look, a smart, well, average intelligence, normal guy is confronted with the buffoonery of the dumb, stupid, poor, hick, Republican, red, right-wing, hillbilly, you know, trailer trash, so on and so forth. Is a reactionary. I thought it was just satire. It's bad satire and reactionary satire. It's a shit movie. I mean, structurally, it's fine, I guess. Politically, it's really bad. How, though? This isn't really like a novel take for me, but like the fundamental premise of the movie is that stupid people are genetically stupid, and the dysgenic breeding of the stupid people will overwhelm the intelligent. It's fundamentally like a Nazi-esque eugenicist attitude towards intelligence, where intelligence isn't the product of institutions and education and opportunity, but rather like the stupid people outbreeding the smart people, you know? And it's no coincidence that the stupid people shown in the movie's prelude are like dumb trailer trash hicks, and the smart people are like effete urbanite liberals who are too busy with their jobs to have sex, you know? It's an incredibly smug movie, and it's almost like a kind of liberal horseshoe theory, where liberal, like, coastal elite smugness ropes back around into the sort of eugenicist advocacy that, well, in fairness, eugenicists were originally thought of as kind of like the educated and forward-thinking, you know, Like, right now, we associate eugenics with the Nazis, but when eugenics was first conceptualized, people were like, we can improve society by selectively breeding individuals to have a more favorably shaped skull. And I don't know why I'm doing this motion as though they were typing on a keyboard. You know, yeah, it was like a progressive policy for a time. And then somebody had to ruin it for everyone. Do you have similar opinions on Starship Troopers? No, Starship Troopers is good satire, though admittedly nobody understands it. Well, conservatives don't understand it because they're stupid, but, you know. Typewriters? Yeah, but I wasn't doing this. If I was doing this, then it could be a typewriter.